Hey, this story, wow, I don't think y'all really prepared for this.
Killed her parents in a case that had gone unsolved for months. That is until this week. Her parents were found shot dead inside their home in February. Their 6-year-old daughter found them. But you will not believe the next part. We sure couldn't. The alleged teen killer spoke at the funeral for her parents at their church.
There's nothing we can do to prove that. We still have control over how we treat people.
And then, let's talk about the TikTok account that we found. Just wait until I show you what she said about her family and this case on social media. We're on the case presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. I will tell you, this story made our jaws drop when police in Georgia this week announced they had made an arrest in the case of a murdered couple that had gone unsolved since February. Here's a picture.
Made me wonder.
I will tell you, this story made our jaws drop when police in Georgia this week announced they had made an arrest in the case of a murdered couple that had gone unsolved since February. Here's a picture of that couple, James and Kristen Brock. They lived in Carrollton, Georgia. It's a little more than an hour's drive south of Atlanta. This couple, they were beloved members of their community, devoted churchgoers, and they also had a 6-year-old daughter together. In fact, James posted this on Facebook on February 19th, saying, quote, "When I'm down and don't feel good, I find comfort in this little girl." Police say he was murdered within the next 24 hours of that post. Reportedly, it was that little girl, who was 5 at the time, who found him and her mom, Kristen, after they had been shot. It was on February 20th that law enforcement responded to this home in Carrollton and found the Brocks shot. They were both in their bed. This case went unsolved for months. Kristen's dad, in the days after the murders, offered $5,000 for information that would lead police to the killer. He told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that these murders, whoever did them, quote, was cold-blooded. This week, police announced that they know who the killer is, and it was someone that he knew very well.
Today, we can confirm that an arrest has been made in the case. Kristen Brock's 17-year-old daughter, Sarah Grace Patrick, has been taken into custody and charged with 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault.
Here's the mugshot of the alleged killer, Sarah Grace Patrick. Her mugshot was given to us by the Carroll County Sheriff. Sarah Grace was 16 years old at the time that she allegedly shot and killed her mom and stepdad. And she was very active on social media, and it is shocking what I'm about to show you. Here are pictures that we found on her social media with her boyfriend, and wow, when I talk about social media, that is a shocking part of this story. I'll get more to that in just a moment. Here's what we know about Sarah Grace. According to law enforcement, she lived in the home at the time of the murders, but had moved around with different family members within the last couple of years. But on the night of the Brock's murders, she was the one who called 911.
Whoa.
I actually saw someone comment on social media that it was suspicious after gunshots went off in the house that it was the 5-year-old who would find their parents dead and then reportedly have to alert the teenager inside the home that something was wrong. Sarah Grace was 16 years old at the time that law enforcement say she killed her mom and stepdad. She's now 17. In cases like this, typically we search through TruthFinder to see if the suspect has any previous charges or if there's anything we can learn. Because she's so young, not a lot came up. I also used TruthFinder to look at James and Kristen Brock's background, and neither of them appear to have criminal records, which just speaks to that on top of the beloved members of the community that so many people say that they were. At Law and Crime, we partner with TruthFinder and we use it to get details on people involved in our stories. But even if you don't work in true crime, this can be a great resource to give you some peace of mind. It is one of the largest public record search services in the United States. And with the paid subscription service, you get access to unlimited reports about almost anyone. Right now, you can get 50% off your first month of confidential background reports. Go to truthfinder.com/OTC. You can also scan the QR code on your screen or use the link below. Here's what law enforcement said when they were asked about an alleged motive.
We are still working with her diligently. Our investigators have been speaking with her.
It is correct that she was the one who made the 911 call, correct?
Yes.
At what point did investigators begin to focus on her as the suspect?
So I believe in the beginning of any case, everyone's a suspect. I think I told many of you that when we were on scene that day. However, as an investigation continues and everything ebbs and flows, like I said in my press release, mountains of evidence has gotten us through here today. Lots of processing, lots of working with our law enforcement partners to get us to where we are today that honed in on her as a suspect.
As police are still searching for a reason Sarah Grace would allegedly do this, it's important to note that Sarah was public about the loss of her parents. She even spoke at their funeral. Look at this video per WSB TV.
Although there's nothing we can do to bring them back, we still have control over how we treat people.
We were shocked with what we saw specifically on her TikTok. She presented herself as a victim, a young girl who lost her parents to senseless violence. But again, as you watch these, law enforcement say she's the one who did it. Look at this post. This is from March 1st, just weeks after she allegedly killed her mom and stepdad in their sleep. She posts a tribute video to them with the caption, quote, "They don't know it, but a year from now, me and my 5-year-old sister would find them wrongfully shot dead in our home and won't get to watch me graduate high school, see me walk down the aisle, and couldn't even say goodbye." Here's a video of her crying. This was posted on March 18th, less than a month after she allegedly killed her parents, with the caption, quote, "Please send prayers for healing and a break from everything. I'm so tired, I should probably delete later." And here's a picture from a TikTok on Mother's Day this year in May with Kristen, who she allegedly murdered, with the caption, "But my ultimate inspiration comes from my best friend." And here she is crying, heading to the funeral of the two people she allegedly killed. She also has this picture that reads, "What do you mean I can't call my mom?" And then there's this one that says, quote, "Why me?" Now, these are incredibly sad, but then you have to remember that law enforcement says they have a mountain of evidence that shows she is the one who did this. At the same time, she also appears to have continued to live her life beyond the alleged cover-up that she killed two people. Just a week ago, she posted this video from a beach. In their news conference, law enforcement said that Sarah Grace turned herself in after she was told that she was going to be charged with the murders of the Brocks. Her biological father, law enforcement say, drove her to the station. The sheriff's office also said there was a, quote, "mountain of evidence that ties her to these murders," but they wouldn't go deeper into that at this point. As for the little girl, the Brock's daughter, the half-sister of their alleged killer, the now 6-year-old girl who allegedly found her parents dead in their bed, law enforcement says she is now living with family members. Joining us now to talk about this case is retired crime scene investigator Alina Burrows. Thank you for joining us on Law and Crime. There's a lot to unpack here. It was shocking to hear that a 17-year-old, she was 16 at the time, would allegedly kill her mom and stepdad, and then to see the social media. So there's a lot of places we could start.